The screaming echoed through the factory like something out of a horror movie. People dropped what they were holding. Forklifts screeched to a halt. And when I rounded the corner into the lunchroom, the man who'd been stealing my food was on the floor, clawing at his throat, gasping for air, because he'd just taken one bite of my lunch. If you've ever had something stolen from you, something small, something personal, and felt that slow-burning rage build up inside your chest, then hit that like button, subscribe, and settle in. Because this is the story of how petty theft turned into a life-altering lesson, and how revenge doesn't always go the way you expect. The setup, a place where no one belongs. 3 years ago, I was working at a massive factory, one of those soul-sucking places where the building feels endless and time moves slower than it should. The company didn't hire directly. They used 5 different temp agencies.
5.
That meant every week new faces, new names, new lockers. People vanished without warning.
No goodbyes. No explanations.
You didn't build friendships there. You barely built recognition. Everyone was disposable, including me. And that mattered, because when my lunches started disappearing, everyone became a suspect. The first theft. Day 1, I opened the fridge on my break. My lunch was gone. Not moved. Not mistaken.
Gone.
I stood there longer than I should have, staring into the empty space like it might suddenly reappear if I blinked hard enough. Maybe I forgot it, I told myself. I hadn't. But it was easier to blame myself than accept someone had looked at my name, my container, and taken it anyway.
6 days. No lunch.
12-hour shifts. The next day? Gone again. Third day?
Gone.
By day 6, I'd worked 6 consecutive 12-hour shifts without a single lunch. No energy. No break. Just vending machine snacks and caffeine holding me together with duct tape and resentment. Each time I opened that fridge, my jaw tightened. My hands curled into fists without me noticing. This wasn't about food anymore. It was about disrespect.
Someone was watching me,
waiting until I turned my back, and helping themselves to something I worked hard to make. Something that was mine. The rage builds. I started imagining the thief. Someone smug. Someone who didn't care. Someone who thought, they won't do anything. And the worst part? They were right. What was I going to do? Accuse half the factory? Label myself the crazy temp who cries about lunch?
No.
I swallowed it. Until I couldn't. The breaking point. On the 6th day, I stood in the break room with nothing in my hands again. That hollow feeling in my stomach wasn't hunger anymore. It was humiliation. And that's when the thought crossed my mind. If they're going to steal my food, they're going to steal exactly what I make. I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted them to stop. And I knew exactly how. The plan forms. I went home that night with a calm I hadn't felt all week. Because I had a plan. A simple one. I pulled out a small container from my fridge. Carolina Reaper peppers. The kind of peppers that come with warning labels. The kind people brag about surviving. The kind that make grown adults cry. And I smiled. Cooking with purpose. That night, I cooked like my soul depended on it. Steak fajitas.
Perfectly seasoned.
Juicy. Tender.
Smoky.
I took my time. Because revenge tastes better when it's done right. Then came the pico de gallo. Tomatoes. Onions. Cilantro. And finally, the reapers. Minced so fine they blended in. No warning signs.
No visible danger.
Just heat. Pure, unrelenting heat. I topped the fajitas, squeezed fresh lime, and packed them carefully into a clear Tupperware container. I wanted them to see how good it looked. And I wrote my name on it.
Big. Bold.
Unmissable. The calm before the storm. The next morning, I placed my lunch in the fridge like always. No fear.
No hesitation.
Just patience. About an hour into the shift, I almost forgot about it. Almost. Then I heard screaming. The moment everything changed. It wasn't a normal scream. It was panic.
Raw. Desperate.
Help. Someone help. Chairs scraped back. People ran. I followed the sound into the lunchroom. And there he was. The lunchbox bandit. On the floor. Face red, eyes wide, hands clawing at his throat like the air had betrayed him. He wasn't choking. He was drowning in fire. Someone shouted that he couldn't breathe. Another yelled that he had asthma. The realization hit me like a cold wave. He ate it.
Chaos.
Paramedics arrived fast. Oxygen. Stretcher. Urgency. I stood against the wall, heart pounding so hard I thought everyone could hear it. Was I scared? Yes. But underneath that fear was something else. Validation. I wasn't crazy. I wasn't imagining it. He'd been stealing my lunch the entire time. The aftermath. He was rushed to the hospital. HR asked questions. Lots of them. But no one accused me. Because what could they say? I brought spicy food. I didn't force-feed it to him. And the most important part? He never said a word. Not to HR. Not to management. Not to anyone. Because admitting what happened meant admitting what he'd been doing. Collision climactic payoff. He came back to work 2 weeks later. Quieter. Smaller. He never looked me in the eye. And not once did my lunch disappear again. I didn't plan to almost kill a man. But I also didn't plan on being disrespected, ignored, and stolen from. Sometimes karma doesn't come dressed as justice. Sometimes it comes wrapped in foil.
With a little extra spice.
If this story made your heart race, smash that like button. Drop a comment and tell us, what's the pettiest revenge you've ever seen or pulled off? And if you want more real revenge stories that hit hard and linger longer,
Subscribe now.
because the next one might be even hotter.